Interesting. That's how it works. So I'm just working with a couple of different things here. Okay. My God, my eyes. I'm a tired boy. Just sending that out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just checking some stuff. See. Interesting. Just uses that. Wonder if that updates. Close that. I can. It's already down a bit. Turn that right down for me. So it is background noise. That could be closed. Yahoo! That is. I'm just checking if a friend wants to play a sec. Uno secondo. Only aim training. It might be more than that. I'm not sure. I was feeling rough as balls yesterday. So, as in like my aim. So we'll see how it goes. I've got a trial tonight for a team. So kind of keen to do well. So we'll see. See how that's looking. Just sorting some bits, The YouTube thumbnail. What's your CPU and GPU? I have a 4090 and an i9 12. I think it's a 12. It could be a 14900 actually. Yo, Neil, I appreciate the resub, dude. How are you doing? How is life treating you? Yo, Seon, how you doing? Seon, maybe? Yeah, it's a good PC. I bought it off a mate who had a kid, so they couldn't use it at the moment. And wanted a good price for it, so got a good deal. So i9 14900 KF, that's what it is. Yo, watched all your vids, finally made a stream. I appreciate it, dude. Really appreciate it. Jumping on Fortnite, nice, Neil. Enjoy that. So late in Oz. What time is it in Oz? I guess it depends what area in Oz you're from, but oh shit, 1 AM. Fair enough, dude. Cat, what is going on with that chat? Anything to make a stream. I appreciate it, Sion. I appreciate you. Okay, it does update. That's cool. Gonna... Cool. Post that on Twitter, because that's what you're meant to do, isn't it? God, I hate Twitter. I think it's a clanker. I think it is too. See, you got the chatbot working on multi-chat and transparent. I did. A little bit of setting tweaking, but I got it sorted. It's big hype. Big hype. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Awesome. Right. First things first. Let's jump into some CS. Let's get up the major pick'ems. That is job one. Excuse the non-reusable plastic bottle. We've had them for, I think, 2 years, and I think there's a limit to how long you should really hold water in a plastic bottle. So just trying to use them up. I think if Keyte if the clanker keeps talking, I will be probably finding a way to mute them, time them out and all that stuff. But hopefully they don't go in soon. Just opening up the major for the pick'ems. Shall we see how I did first? Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Hi, bro. I'm an AWPer. Always found the content regarding warm-ups and stuff. Always regards rifling. Any thoughts about good warm-ups for AWPers? Desmond, that's a really good question. I used to be an AWPer back in Go. Back in my youth, you know. I think AWPing's a weird one, right? Because DM AWPing is probably pretty good, to be honest. You can just lock down an area and then start practicing sort of aggressive AWPing. Obviously, people don't like you when you're doing that in DM, but I do think that is an actually pretty good way to do it. I wouldn't not do it. I'd actually recommend it. And then outside of that, like, there are workshop maps I would say is probably good. Refrag, I talk a lot about them. I'm not sponsored by them. I wish they would. Refrag, please, 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 please. But they have like AWP modes. So there's like AWP Rush. Let me just, rather than just making it up, I will just figure out what they're actually called. Play now. You've got AWP Flick, AWP Hold, and Quick Scope. I think they could be quite useful. But of course, that means paying for refrag, which that's your choice, completely your choice whether you do that. For me, when I'm AWPing, the two biggest things I want to practice is my crosshair placement. So making sure but not just like how far they're going to swing and when to shoot. It's more like predicting what they're going to do. So learning what they're going to do. And I think the reason AWPers like Molodoi, sorry, I don't know why my brain just farted there. Molodoi, and Monacy are so good and like are still really good in CS2 as AWPers is because they pug a lot or just play a lot, because that teaches them like and gives them the game sense to know if like their enemy's going to wide swing, shoulder peek, jump peek, like do all the different peeks you can do, and therefore puts their crosshair in the right position for it. So if you're looking at AWPing, I would just suggest playing more and just trying to prioritize it a bit, just being a bit selfish to AWP. But one thing you'll notice about a lot of AWPers is they're also really good at rifling. They're really good at rifling. Their pistols are insane because their first bullet accuracy is just nuts. Like, so don't sleep on rifling. Do it. But if you want to practice AWP, just play it. Honestly, just get in, play it. Like it's mad. Like I would say that's the reason they're the number ones. That's a big old waffle to say. Just play more and just prioritize it if you're going to do it. Deathmatch is fine for it, but like, you know, work on it. Yo, Stormx, appreciate the follow, dude. Yeah, the water will be fine, but the plastic will start to degrade into it, making it undrinkable. Yeah, that's what I mean. So, trying to finish them up now. Ooh, who do you have winning the major, and also who's your fave team overall? Well, my fave team overall is Vitality. I know that's a massive, like, glory hunting. The problem is, and I think this is the same for a lot of CS viewers, is not many people have teams. So not many people have like a favorite team. Like, I used to really like FaZe. I used to really like G2. Vitality was never really on my radar. But then as soon as they got Mezzy, a British player, obviously, going to be taking him on, and Rops, who is my favorite player. Rops is my favorite player. I'm going to support Vitality, right? And it just how it happens. Rops moves and takes them to another height, which is Rops. What you to expect, right? What you to expect. Who do I have winning the major, though? That's tough. I think there's 3 teams that are really in the running for it. I think that is Vitality, Furia, and Falcons. I think those are the 3 teams that are in the running for it. If I was going to say 2, Furia and Team Vitality. And then outside of that, that's when it gets a bit tough, right? I want to say Vitality will win it based on purely their experience. As much as Fallen has incredible experience, you still have Molodoy, who's a complete rookie. So to win a major in your rookie year is incredible, but to like not have any like pressure on you in a final is just to deal with that is a lot. Keyte is a great player, but again, he's never been in a final of a major, and the same with Yuri. So Yukindar, he's having a great resurgence, but we can see what happens. I would suggest both aim training, 10 to 15% of total PC playtime in a week, playing more with the AWP and watching demos of similar style AWPing to see. Yes, that's a really good point, Sion. Watch demos. AWPing demos. Don't watch them in their pro matches. Don't watch like a tier 1 event and focus on those. You want to be looking at tier 2. So maybe Molodoy before he got into Furia. And just pugs. Like, how are they playing in their pugs? It's such a shame as a Liquid fangirl to see my top 2 players, Twits and Yukindar, underperform on Liquid and then both flourish elsewhere. That is the Liquid experience at the moment, is it not? Is it not? Yukindar having his resurgence after leaving Liquid is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But it's so good to see him back. It's so good. He has such a good entry. So it's actually insane. Appreciate you, Neil. Have a good one. And Twists, I used to love Twists and FaZe, man. So I'm excited to see him back. Excited to see what he can do. And Frozen is looking great, which is also top tier. James is going to win it all with the power of Hikers and pre-game self-stimulation. You're not wrong, Lombio. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Lombi Olaf, is that? So I'm going with Lombi. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think Jame time in the pre-sense is quite an interesting thing to bring up in an interview, but mad. No worries, Desmond. No worries. What James has done is fucking insane, right? Actually insane what he's done with his new roster. But again, it's experience. It's going to be massive, right? It's going to be absolutely massive. Anyway, enough of me waffling. God damn. Let's take a look at. Well, I got taken off the thing. So far with my major pick'ems. Man, it's kind of sad to see our Swedes kind of fall off with CS. Yeah, a little bit. You had it all. And then don't know if it was complacency or not letting young'uns come forward. But yeah, you kind of dropped the ball a little bit there. But, you know, you've got Johnny Speeds. They're bringing some new talent up. Got Male09 and Metis Sport. Like, yeah, Male09 will make Sweden great again. He's class. Like, he's top class. So, you have to see what they do. That'd be sick. James about to get the major playoffs while the VP don't even make the major. Yes, crazy. Right, so in my Pick'ems 1, I had Legacy and FaZe to go 3-0. That was a crazy pick, but I always believe in FaZe magic. So, wait. Oh, it's just not showing my crosshair, that's why. Maybe you have to follow this bit. Legacy, I had going through. I should have done, honestly, but the fact that FlyQuest went 3-0 is mad. Actually mad. So, you know, we'll go there. Bro is was born in 09. I kind of feel old. You're telling me. I feel fucking old as shit. Bait, I got Game of Legion was a surprise. A genuine surprise. But maybe it's the 100 Thieves sort of, 100 Thieves move that's changed their, like, hope for this thing. Maybe it just made some problems in the team. I don't know. But Parry Vision, I expected them to go through. Nip, I expected to go through. FlyQuest got wrong place, but I expected them to go through. And M80, I expected to go through. So I actually got all but Legacy right. I was... Oh, no, wait. And Game Legion. Game Legion and Legacy. So 2 wrong. It's not bad. I got the 3-0 of Rare Atom. One thing I was sad about was Fnatic going through, if I'm honest. Like, my boy Cypher was done dirty. Hate watching was real. And then stage 2, I got excited, right? I got excited. JKS was one of my favorite players, is one of my favorite players. Very similar playstyle to me. I watched a lot of his demos. Vexite was going crazy. I was really hopeful, but it got to them. Tyloo, I believed in the China magic. I believed in China #1. But sad. Sad to see what happened. M80, again, believed in the magic. Like, Lake was looking good. They were looking strong. And then, yeah, it kind of fell apart, which is annoying. 3D Max, I expected to. Aurora. What the fuck, Aurora, man? Like, Aurora is crazy. Actually crazy for them not to go through. Passionate, I expected. FaZe, 3-0'd. So, got them through. Liquid, yeah. Expected them to go through. Again, Fnatic hate watching and Paravision. Just kind of... I didn't expect them to do as well. Thought they would fluster a bit. But we got Bait through. Na'Vi 3-0. I just didn't expect them. They've had a good boot camp, clearly. Like, it's insane. Nip not going through, expected. Wasn't expecting that. And Imperial again going through is pretty crazy to me. It's pretty crazy, but we move. Now we're on to stage 3, though, and I'm going to do the simulator to figure out what the hell I'm doing there. But let me just read chat quick. Nordic S got eaten up from CIS players like crazy. Nordic CS, yeah, I think so. And I feel bad for Rez. I do too, man. Like, in NIP, he was just hamstrung, right? Absolutely hamstrung. And it's good to see him playing well now. It's really good to see him playing well, but a little late. I was hoping he had a bit of a younger. Born in 09 makes me feel old, and I'm 19. He's 100 times better and younger. Sag. Crazy. He's crazy good. Like, to be that young and that good is mental. Like, I don't see him having the same impact like Donk. Like, I think Donk is just a different level, but yeah, it's crazy. All my homies hate Fnatic. Justice for Cypher. Exactly. Bro feels like Nyasasaurus, oldest dino. Okay, nice. No wonder my brain could not fucking say that. Nah, dude. A lot of people in OC scene or OCE scene are hate watching FlyQuest. Woo, purely for Netic. Everyone else is good but him. Why is the hate watch for Netic? Is it the fact? Well, he's New Zealand, isn't he? He's a New Zealander. Is that why? What's wrong with Netic? Give me the scoop. Hello, how do I get better at CS2? Consistency, Virtual Rob. Consistency. Do you play 4 or 5 times a week? Do you do a warm-up before you play? Do you do some level of aim training? Have a level of consistency, even if it's 15 minutes before you play, 10 minutes before you play, just that you will get on and do 4 to 5 times a week. That will slowly make you better, just mechanically. Then outside of that, are you watching yourself? Are you watching other good players? How are they playing? How does that differ to how you're playing? Can you self-analyze why you're not improving? If you can't self-analyze, do you need to hire somebody to do so? You know, little things like that. And you'll go a long way. And also just get in the maps, move around, see if you're missing like certain pre-fires, certain angles, like are you uncomfortable peeking, that sort of thing. Are you WDing when you're peeking, WAing, so you're moving forward while peeking? Don't do that. D, A, just move sideways. Get good counter-strafing. You know, see how that goes. Play more and watch Keyte. And also that. And also that. Wonderful and Bit went crazy. Let's hope they keep the level. Exactly. Love Bit. Great player. Absolutely fantastic player. Wonderful. I'm glad to see him come back a bit. I was thinking he needed to go. But if he can keep it up, fucking let's go. Let's go. Aurora is the prime example of no firepower today, so we lose. Yeah. Wicadia was trying. Wicadia was trying. He's really trying. But if you haven't got Zantares and you haven't got Woxic, it's not much one player can do. Like, not much. Honestly, MAT shouldn't have lost to Imperial. The stats show a strong MAT win. 0.20 team average, better, more openings. Yeah, MAT should not have lost to Imperial. Not at all. And that's when you question, it's like, is it the young age of the team? Is it the inexperience of the team? Did Def not give them enough? Like, what did he do, you know? Like, what is not working there, and what do they need to bring in? I think they have the team. I don't think they should make any changes. They just need to figure that out. They really need to figure that out. Na'Vi being a proper contender would be fun. I agree. I genuinely agree. I think JL left and it left a big hole. If they can bring something out. I don't like Makazi. I don't like him. But you know what? If he can bring them greatness again, let's fucking go. Desmond, 16-9 or stretch? Personal preference. It's all personal preference. I have tried 4-3 stretched for donkey's years. I've tried it. I can't get used to it. I probably need to do like a season or two of just committing to it if it's something I want to do. But I also think it is better for the stars. Like if you're a star player, if you're an AWPer, I'd probably like 4-3 is nice because you can get better reaction time on it, I think. But because you got wider models, that is. But people move faster. That is the big thing. Can you cope with that? If you're a player who's playing for consistency, that's me. My job is consistency. My job is holding space in a consistent fashion. Then it's personal preference. Whatever you can do consistency with. And mine is 16-10 stretch at the moment. 16-9 I do like, but I just always want to go 4-3, so I use 16-10. I kind of like Netic, poor guy. Yeah, man, I don't know what's up with him. Hate watch for Netic, not because he's New Zealand, but because he is shit, to be honest. My team watching their overpass demos for our strat book, and he is just abysmal. Interesting. Okay. I've only heard good things, so like that's crazy. I haven't watched any of his demos. Okay, interesting. That's good. That's interesting. Who's your favorite retired pro? Retired pro? Olaf Meister's pretty fucking great. Harith. Also, hello, Harith. How you doing? And Rage. I don't know if I said hi, Rage. Hi, Rage. I do like Olaf. I do really like Olaf Meister. Olaf Meister and Pasha were just great personalities in the scene. Like really, really good personalities. I thought that was fantastic. I thought the VP lot were just such fun to watch. They played such fun CS. So I just like them all, I guess. I don't think I actually have like a favorite retired pro. I'm trying to rack my brain. I think if it was one, it would be Olaf, but yeah. Could name 10 better riflers. In the OCE scene as well. Is that the case, Sion? Like, who would you bring in? Like, who would you bring in from that scene? I'd be really interested to know. Can JL get back to playing? I already miss him more than I miss Prime Nico. Yeah, JL, man, like, he lost the passion, man. He lost it, didn't he? He won his major, and he was like, I've done it. I can check out. I don't think he's posting content anymore, is he? Like, what is he doing? Does anyone know? Is he just taking a break from it all? Like, I don't really know what he's doing anymore. Massive respect for the in-depth help you just gave. God, my brain is so bad I don't even remember what it's for, but sure. Yeah, he did. He just became a ghost. He just disappeared. I don't know really what's going on. I know he got married, so I don't know if that was it. M80 looked tilted as hell. Did they? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Be interesting to see what they do. I'm losing my reactions, but I can't get used to 69. I've been on 4.3 since 2008. Exactly. Like, you're used to it, right? You're used to that distance. You're used to where your crosshair needs to be from that, right? It's so personal preference. And I played 4.3 black bars in Go for ages. I tried stretched because my mate used it and she was incredible, like actually incredible. So I was like, fuck it, I need to, like, clearly there's a thing here, but I couldn't get it. JL's enjoying life. Fuck it. If you're enjoying life, fucking send it. You know, absolutely do that. Like, I watched Schlatt's video recently. I don't know if you know Schlatt. He's a YouTuber, and I'm sure you do, but if you don't, he's a YouTuber, and he just like talks about how he's made it. He doesn't need to do any more, and he's just gonna have fun with it. Fucking respect at the end of the day, you know. Absolutely respect. Hazard, Addict, Brace, Vision, Missed as well, being given the opportunity to play full time. In my opinion. Ooh, okay. I've heard of Hazard and Addict, but I have Addict, Brace and Vision I haven't heard of, and I haven't heard of Mist. Interesting. Let me just. Does HLTV have players overview? Can you do like looking for players in a certain region? That would be nice. Be really nice. Hello, Keyte. Just finished class now. I'm just chilling. Also, I really like Shocks. Back in the days, oh, Shocks was fun. That Titan team of Smiths, Shocks, Kenny S. God, those are the three I can really remember. But you also had Scream, Headshot Machine, but so inconsistent. Such a complete player back in the day. Shocks was insane, man. Shocks, yeah, you reminded me of him, man. As in, like, you remind me of him, Harith, but you reminded me of him. It's crazy. Open some cases, bro. I want to see some gambling. Sorry, brother. I don't do gambling. I have open cases. I'm not above that. I have a few. I might do it at some point just because you get that itch, but I try to avoid it where I can. Shocks is great. Obviously, Get Right is just like Forest. Fucking yes, like the NIP team, absolute Donnies. Flusher, I used to love watching him play. Like, absolutely used to love watching Flusher play. Like his reads were fucking insane, man. Like, actually insane. Anyway, let's get into this. Furia versus Na'Vi. Furia, let's fucking go. Dupree, oh, he's just retired, doesn't he? Yeah, Dupree was great. Obviously the Astralis team were just like insane, right? They were just insane. Great meta-changing team. Device, not retired, so... Is Skadoodle retired? The man who avoided the ban. I loved Skadoodle. Like, I really rated him as an AWPer. I think he was the gap that NA needed at that time. He filled the role well. But, you know, yeah, he's retired. Fair. He's hung up the boots. He's just having fun now, isn't he? He's just enjoying himself. Right. Fucking stage 3. Let's hit it. So stage 3, Furia versus Na'Vi. Furia, I think, win that. Vitality phase. Vitality win that. Falcons bait. Falcons, it's going to be pretty similar to this, isn't it? Mouse, Paravision, Mouse, Spirit, Liquid, Spirit, G2, Passion UA, G2, Pain. I'm going to change that. We do have Pain, it's 8, but I think 3D Max could do it. 3D Max are looking really strong this year, man. Really, really strong. I rate them. I think they're looking fun. I think it would be fun to see them do it, you know? Oh, yeah, talk about NA Tarek was great too. He was, and then he had his moment in EG, was it? So, but he was great. They were just like that team rush, like bit of a non-personality during that time. You know, it's hard to be, but like you had that team that won the Boston Major. I remember fucking screaming at like, what was it, like 1 a.m. or whatever. That was fun as hell. Exactly. Yes, Sion. Their passion. It is. It's like energy. Just like they get so excited. And it's not just like screaming and just like Legacy where they just scream and just like whatever. It's like they get so excited. They're just like, ah! And you can just see it. It's just so fun. It's so fun. Furia beat 3D Max. Vitality, that is going to be a good game. Genuinely, I think it's going to be a good game. This style of play is really interesting to watch. And really good to watch if you're a lower level team, I think. The role CS is really good. But I think Vitality do win it. I think they're bringing the heat this major. Oh, really, Lombio? Lombi. I'm going to get this. I'm going to keep saying Lombio. Lombi. 3D Max kind of lost late rounds. See, I haven't watched enough of this stage 1 and 2 because I get excited by like stage CS. I think that's where it's all the fun is, right? So I'm late rounds this major. If they're losing late rounds, that's not good. That is not good. If you're looking lost in late rounds. Interesting. I think that puts them... Hey, they're going to beat bait. Yeah, I think that puts them... If they're having problems in the late round, that puts them 2-3, I think. But we'll see. Thoughts on controllers? Ooh. Let me just whip him up quickly. Controllers. He's been playing so well. He has filled a role which is very, very hard to fill. Like, you're filling the role of one of the best players in Mongolia. Senzu was insane. And for him to come in and actually perform relatively well in games, let's see. But you're then putting him on a major stage. You got to see. You got to see what happens at that stage. That's like the big thing a lot of pros talk about, isn't it? It's like someone can be really good in Face It. Someone can be really good in tier 2, tier 3 teams. But if you put them on a stage in tier 1 and they can't perform, they're just not a tier 1 player, right? Like, yes, obviously they can get more comfortable, but you have to put a lot of time into that and a lot of effort. And not many teams can do that. So they barely made it, but if they recover the form pre-major, I can see it. Exactly. Like they looked really, really strong pre-major. So I'm really hoping. I'm hoping. I find 3D Max really fun to watch. And giving a team that has been really pushing tier 2 into tier 1 and now pushing forward. Exciting. Genuinely exciting, I think. Controller's rolling back the years. Imagine if he had the chance in Mongolia when he was younger. Yeah, man. Be crazy. Be crazy. I'm really excited for the Mongolians, though. I hope they do well, but I think it'd be tough. It'd be tough. Score was the most logical answer to who's going to replace Senzu, but this motherfucker went from tier 3 Mongolia to tier 1 world-class performance. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Like, again, we'll see what happens on the big stage. You think Senzu will be back off the major since he's on the bench for personal reasons like Zontix. So the Zontix one's weird, isn't it? Like, the personal reasons of Zontix, I thought were more to do with visa than anything. But maybe misunderstanding the situation. I think there was some reason that there was more to do. Anyway, we'll see. I want Senzu back. I think he has a lot of passion for the game. He's really, really good. And he could, like, keep pushing Mongolia higher, right? He could go international at some point. I think his English is okay. But it's definitely better than my Mongolian. But you just got to see, like... You just got to see. Also, hello, GTG? G2G? I saw something about Zontix went on the bench for health reasons. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. My only worry there, right, is you've brought in Tanir, who he's a far more aggressive and star player than Zontix, but you've brought in Tenier. You know, like, for Tenier to make the decision to go to Spirit if Zontix was health reasons, it's quite a big move, you know? Quite a big move for your career. I don't know. Interesting. Interesting. Right. Where do we get to? Spirit Falcons. Ooh. Another fucking banger of a game. Falcons have been looking good. Spirit have not been looking good. So I'm going to go with Falcons. If Zontix does come back, it will be 100% for Zwei. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, exactly, Lombi. It'll be post-major changes, right? Zwei is a potential good replacement for Zontix. As in, like, Zontix to replace Zwei. I haven't been actually that impressed with Zwei coming in. Although he's friends with... but it was a good move for Zwei to do it. Because he was just kind of like in a tier 2 team. So it would have been good to show his face. Although not as well as he probably wanted. Yo, Buffalo, how you doing? Finally caught stream. How have your pick'ems gone so far? I've absolutely bottled mine. Yeah, it's been okay. It's been okay. Some of this, I just got excited in some of the mood for some of my 3-0s, and they haven't panned out. But I don't think anyone's really has, so we can go with that. I wonder how Ash has done. He's usually the best for this shit, so we'll see. Mongols versus Maus. I think Maus will beat Mongols, unfortunately. Pain versus Passion. God. Oh, God, I just searched Pain. As you do. Just search Pain. Big Uzer is great. I think they could beat Passion UA. I think so, yeah. Na'Vi beat Team Liquid. FaZe Clan versus Paravision. Ooh. FaZe like Chaos. Paravision don't. I think Paravision could win that. That's crazy. DGT the GOAT. He's not bad. He's not a bad player. He's not a bad player. They're doing well. Like, this is crazy. Big Uzer is great, man. Really good, really strong player. And then Bait versus Imperial. I kind of hope Bait win, but we'll see. Gaber, how you doing? Good afternoon. Tenier and Donk on one team doesn't make sense, does it? He's forced into playing non-star positions, which hurt his performance a lot. I think Magix is the best choice to replace Sway. Magix was great, and the fact they got rid of him was really sad. I think he was a really, really strong support. I think he had a really, really good mindset about it. And I think Tenier can't have that. I just don't think he has that mindset that Magix had. But I think Donk needs support somewhere, right? He needs that support of another fragger. And if Tenier is going to be that, then Tenier needs to pick up a bit. And obviously we have Shiro, who's trying his best as well, right? I still kind of like what Zontix and Magix bring, but they wanted an aggressive shift on the playstyle, it seems. Yeah, exactly, Lumby. And Tenier can bring that, no doubt. But it's whether you have Zontix or Magix take over Zwei. I think it's a bit too much going on. They both have brutal lows, but Magix had incredible highs. Yeah, and I think Magix had experience under his belt. I think he didn't fold under big pressure. I think he was happy to not be the star. And, I mean, his streams have shown he's a very good player. So it's just kind of like what he can do with that. I wonder if FaZe decided to make 0 roster changes or 4 post-major. It's tough. Like, I think with Rain leaving, makes me think that Carrigan isn't retiring. Which, I love Carrigan, but I think he kind of needs to move to coach. I think they need to bring someone else in. But I think Rain leaving to go IGL, we'll see. I'm so surprised Paravision has gotten this far with 4 major rookies. Would have thought at least one would have crumbled. Buffalo, brother, I completely agree. Like, it's insane that they're holding weight. And that's why I think they'll beat FaZe. I think FaZe are really reliant on Frozen and Twist to have it. And Brokey's bringing up a little bit, but he's had bad season, man. So I think Paravision could genuinely crumble them. And if FaZe rely on the chaos, having a team that can fight chaos, like Paravision can, I think they beat them. That's the JM effect, dude. Exactly. Yo, Kaiba, good afternoon. Thanks. A fellow Englishman here. Love your content. Has helped me a lot as a returning player trying to climb. Love that, dude, Kaiba. Get in it. Fucking grind, dude. Let's do it. Good to hear, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Didn't realize Twitch would have less than YouTube. Yeah, it's because I stream on both and most of my audience is from my YouTube channel, right? So I think it's quite easy for them to just jump onto the YouTube streams. And also some people just like the controls on it and bit of ease there. One thing I have heard, which I'm not 100% sure on, is there's like memory leak in the YouTube chat, which means that I think if you're looking to play games while watching a stream or like you're worried about your performance of your PC, I think some people prefer Twitch chat for that. So they prefer Twitch for that. Again, that's my friend talking about it. He's works in cybersecurity, does like pen testing, but I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure on that. Be interesting to see if that's true. Seeing the Glaive is going to 100 Thieves as a coach. Is he? Ooh. Interesting. So they have Sean Gaz, Messioso, 2 fantastic pickups, by the way. Fucking incredible pickups for 100 Thieves. Rain. My goat. Love Rain. Absolutely love Rain. Been following him since London Conspiracy. My mate actually owned London Conspiracy. Just a bit of lore there. But that's really fucking interesting. And then Glavin. Ooh. That'd be really interesting to see how he does. Really, really, really interesting. Really interesting. Could be fun, though. Could be genuinely fun. I'm so motivated, and especially with AIM, I do so much training. I have my own little routine that I stick to religiously, but I've given some of yours a try, and they've been useful. Appreciate it, Kaiba. Remember to do other things as well apart from AIM. What rank are you? Let me know. AIM training mentioned, my ears perk up. Kovacs, AIM bots, and a touch of refrag. Cheeky, cheeky. Glaive is the best coach for Rain since he's IGL now as well. It could be really good. It could be genuinely really good. I'm excited for the 100 Thieves sort of build. I want to see what happens. Because they'll have to go into tier 2, right? So you've got Simple and Electronic. Rain, and who else? That team, 100 Thieves. That'll be a fun fight. It'll be a fun fight. Love Kovacs so much. Sion, what do you think of Kovacs versus AIM Labs? Like, I've heard there's a difference. But I go with AIM Labs because it's free and because it's easy for people to access. Wonder why they went with a new coach for a new IGL. Maybe so they could build something together, try out stuff together, see if it works, maybe cheaper. I'm not really sure, to be honest. The 100 Thieves glow up needs to be studied. 100 Thieves is a great content team. They're great at like building a brand. Like, it's been incredible, actually incredible. Been genuinely interested to know like their merch sales must be fucking insane, genuinely insane. So really like mad. Rain and Glaive seem perfect to mold new players. I think the experience there is mental, right? Like, you can't argue that they don't have like incredible experience there as a group. So Carrigan needs to either become a better fragger, which is nearly impossible at his age with all the responsibilities he has in IGL, or make teammates absolute gods, freaks of nature performers. This is the thing. I'll get back to this. I need to pee. But yeah, like what you meant to do when you have you're an IGL who calls for chaos, and you had Rops who played outside that chaos to take advantage of the chaos, and that's what Frozen's trying to do now. But when you can't frag in the chaos, you're kind of a tough, like, it's really tough to figure that out, right? How do you hold that? Really, really, really tough. And then there's coaching. Yeah. I think that is a natural progression for him, and I think he'd be really good as a phase coach. Genuinely can bring people up. Arnott Dog. Found your videos on YouTube. Very good, very nice content. Personally, I think you're suited for all type of narrating content. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you. And you're a Renyon viewer. He's a good kid. Renyon's fun. Good kid? What the fuck am I? Shoot me. What? Good kid. Fuck me. He's really good. Renyon's so fun to watch. Like, his aggressive playstyle is so funny. Like, actually so funny. It's really fun to watch. Right, I need to pee. Fuck me. Give me. Oh, it's 3 o'clock and I haven't shot a single head yet. Crazy. So I had 800 hours in CS on Surf. God damn, Arnold. 5 gifted subs. What the fuck? Appreciate you, dude. Thank you very much, man. That's super, super kind. God damn. Appreciate you, man. Unlocked. 1 sec. Appreciate you, dude. Okay. Appreciate you. We get back to reading chat. 800 hours in Surf. I'm a semi-pro. Started playing ranked December last Premier. Changed it to Face It in Feb. Had the goal of making levels up by the end of the year. I'm currently level 5-6, drifting between them. Final push is on now. You got this, dude. Kaiba, you got this. You got this. Great movement from Surf. Just need to get your aim and your I imagine crosshair placement stuff pushed in. It'd be fucking sick, man. I'm in camp for Kovacs. AMAX is easy access and very beginner friendly, but the actual engine and how Scenarios plays better on Kovacs and a better, more performance-based community. Sorry, I respect that. That's completely fair. That's what I've heard, genuinely what I've heard as well. Would be interested to give Kovacs a go at some point. Probably going to wait for it to be on sale and actually look for that, but definitely going to give that a go. Plus, you got Viscos's new benchmarks on Kovacs as well, aren't they? So yeah, be interested. I always recommend to anyone skeptical of it before they spend any money and end up down the AIM rabbit hole. Yeah, I've heard it's a big old rabbit hole down that. So I'm actually excited to give that a go at some point, like properly commit to it. But there's so much more I need to learn in CS than just my aim. It's crazy. I'm far down that rabbit hole. Bro, he is not a kid. Almost 60, what? He was a kid back in the 60s or something. Yeah. My brain, man. My brain. Right now I have 700 hours in Kovacs and 115 A-Labs. Fair. Discovered Smelly Surfer. Yo! Discovered you on YouTube. Keep the great videos coming. Really entertaining. I appreciate you, dude. Appreciate. Glad you like the videos. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, Arnold, you're crazy, man. Arnold, you're crazy. I appreciate you. Keep up the good work, my G. Remember, everyone starts small. Love you. Love that. That's super appreciated, man. Dang, Arnold should have switched to Twitch. It's the place to be, apparently, Harith. It's the place to be. Kovacs is worth a go. I've tried skipping it with warm-up and it always impacts my gameplay because having solid raw aim you can fall back on can give you a great advantage. Yeah, it can help you in situations, right? You've given yourself the disadvantage in a game. Let me just full screen this while I actually just get things sorted for, well, just looking at Kovacs. It's great to like try and help yourself, right? Okay, so it's £7. That's pretty cheap, actually. I will add it to my wish list. Yeah, don't fall into the rabbit hole, man. Whenever I do 90 to 120 minute sessions. God damn. God damn, it's a lot. That is a lot. 700 hours is crazy. I have like 60, but that's from paying 15, 20 minutes as my warm-up. Yeah, fair. Your wrist must get fatigued. God damn. It must. That's crazy. Right, let's finish these. Before I can shoot some heads, man. Okay. So, where did I get to? Bait VCing Imperial, yes. Parry Vision beating Face Count. Fury, that's a final, right? That is a final. I think Vitality win that. I think Fury come back later. I think Falcons beat Mouse. I think 3D Max beat Parry Vision. I think... Ooh, that's 50-50, I think. I'm going to give it Mongols. I'm going to give it Mongols. Spirit win. G2... I'm going to give it an RV. I'm going to give it an RV. FaZe beat Passion UA. And Liquid beat Imperial. That's what I hope, anyway. That's what I hope, anyway. Falcons, Vitality, 3-0. Furia to go 3-1. Mal's beating 3D Max to go 3-1. Spirit, Na'Vi. I'm going to go Na'Vi. I'm going to go Na'Vi. That's crazy. Crazy talk. I'm going to go Na'Vi. I don't think CS is more of an aim game rather than a movement game. Movement is so key in CS2 right now. So key. I need to train a lot more on my movement. But you can definitely be helped out with your aim in CS, I think. Especially at lower levels, like getting a good mechanical base is so key. And then, yeah, movement around the map's really important. Good point, Arnott. Voltaic have some wrist mobility and stretching routines for it. Interesting. I need to do my wrist stretching. You have reminded me, Sion. Appreciate you, Sion. I used Kovacs for a while, but I feel like that practicing within CS is better. I agree. I think if you're playing CS that day, or you're wanting to put, like, you need to practice something specifically in CS is better. I 100% agree. But if there's a specific part of your aim you need to practice, and again, that comes down to aim training, not just like warming up and stuff, I think Kovacs and aim labs can really like isolate that, which I think is really useful. Only 100 hours in Kovacs here. Not bad, not bad. I think I have, what do I have in aim labs? 25. I'm rookie hours. I think they will finally beat Furia in this round. And I think they'll win the major. But I think it's tough. It all depends how they come in, man. It all depends. Like, it's such like a coin flip between those two and how like individuals are going to play. They need Zywoo to turn up. They need, need Apex not throw rounds and not just run in willy-nilly, just causing problems. Yeah, I'm like a CS main, of course, but also an aim trainer main. I would only recommend like 20-30 minutes max a day, like max if you're trying to improve in just CS. Yeah, you don't need to go crazy in the aim trainers. Do you think aim trainers work? It's usually a confidence thing for me. Yo, Bacon, how's it going? I think aim trainers work in isolating specific parts of your aim you need to look at. Whereas if you're just wanting to improve at CS and your aim within CS and you're pretty comfortable with that and your confidence with that, stay within CS, I would. Like, I think it's not necessarily like tracking you can practice in CS, but again, it's like very specifically isolated. The one thing I don't like about aim trainers for like tracking and stuff is sometimes they go like massive like up and downs, which you don't get in CS. CS is very linear. Obviously you get like some movement, but that's all where your aim's going, not where you are then flicking to. I have an interesting question for you. Oh, do you have any ritualistic thing you do before playing? For example, I'm very good at Clone Hero, so I always play a couple of songs before I go into my warm-up to get me into a better mindset. Interesting. I don't really. This is something I've been working on I've been talking to Anti-Ace. You might have seen him in the chat, like in the comments in my videos. Been chatting to him a lot about this. Like, I try and have tried just like breathing exercises, wrist exercises, eye trainers, like things like this to try and bring my mind like focused for a match. It's just, I don't always think about it to do it. So it's just something I then remind myself, I'm like, oh God, I need to do this. One of the things I did for a little bit, which I found quite useful, was like, it's like workshop map where you had like the boxes in the middle and you could shoot either side. And I was just doing that, just like get, like, it's a bit of like a, like that. It's not like serious. You're just kind of getting your mind ready for the peaks. I found that quite nice, but it's not, I need to find something that's proper. I feel like I really need to get better movement, but don't know how to, whereas my aim is more obvious, like DM and no maps. Buffalo, I'm the same, literally the same. I've been doing a little bit of research into it, but it is a video idea I'm going to have at some point, is to like what actually improves my movement. Like, I do think my movement has improved. I've been like trying specific skill jumps. And the game I played on Monday, we played on Mirage, and there was a moment where the bomb was stuck back B apps. I was a T. They had taken control of B apps and they were like by the underpass. And I did the skill jump from Van onto the balcony. He mollied balcony at the same time. I was then able to take very minimal damage through that. And then I won the round. But I genuinely think I won the round based on taking that skill movement. So I don't know if there's specific things I need to focus on. But anyone, if you've got any thoughts, put them in chat, 100%. So I played for a team that was basically main level before my another player addition. What I learned is that elo doesn't mean anything unless the enemy team knows fundamentals of team play. Yeah, like, well, the best player, I think, to play Lurk, to play Anchor, low elo. Yes, he did FBL and all that, and he doesn't play it anymore, but he never pushed for like high 3000s. I think he was like 2.9 and just stopped. Like, I think it's crazy. Like, there's like fixation on it, but I also understand it for just like trying to understand the fundamentals. Do they understand the fundamentals? Do they understand what to do at high level CS? Like, it's a great marker, but it's not massive, right? I think movement pre-aim maps and maybe demo review are the whole holy trinity whole trinity or holy trinity for everyone, from like 0 to 2.4k possibly. Aim trainer usually comes in clutch for duels. You should not be winning in 3k and above. That's a fair point. I can see that 100%. It's a really good point, Arnott. Appreciate you. That's a really, really good point. When it comes to Kovacs, you kind of have to be in the know to where to look for certain scenarios. Like, for example, bots that go sideways at different speeds. If people want help like finding those, hit me up on Discord. I'm happy to share my playlist. Appreciate you, dude. I'm going to take note of this, because if I ever get onto it, I will definitely need that. Let me open up my notes one sec. Because yeah, it does annoy me when it's like fully up and down. I'm like, this isn't happening in CS. There's a reason my sensor's low. Like, I don't need to go up and down that crazy. I see breathing is definitely something I should work on to stop me tilting. Yeah, it's like, it helps with the like tilting part, but it's also just like good for centering myself. Like, cool, I've got things going on in my life. I touched on this in my video this week. Like, a lot going on, things outside of CS that I can't control, or I've like missed out on, or like, you know, that's kind of depressing, like future stuff. And I've had to like have moments where I just sat there and just like fully just like, what can I control in this moment? What can I not control? I'm about to jump into a match. Like, what is needed, sort of thing. And just taking that time. It's crazy, like how much that helped in certain cases. My reasoning for Kovacs as well as raw aim is I play a lot of harder scenarios with fast movement, small targets. My idea is to train hard, fight easy, so in CS the target is then slower and larger. Fair? But of course, as you say, movement is absolutely key. Fortunately, I can fall back on my surf experience, but I do other training techniques for movement too. Fair enough. Yeah, I need to do movement training. Like, that's 100% something I need to do. And I kind of get the aspect of, like, train fast. One thing I'm trying to train is, like, I talked about it in the last video, it's like that panic, right? It causes me to be too fast and too jittery. So returning to that slow, smooth, like, mindset. And I'll talk about Renyan quickly for this because he's somebody I've watched who I think has it. He's very smooth with his aim, and his movement, and he's like very little panic, and it comes with the fact he has no like passion's the wrong word, but like he doesn't care if he dies. He's playing pugs, he's playing prem. He doesn't care, like. But it definitely helps in some situations. Like I watched him yesterday where he popped himself out of like hut on nuke towards a site. Guys started spraying at him and he just took a second, moved his aim slowly, just tapped him on the head. And he was like, what are you doing? Which is like, yeah, fair. Like, that's insane. Like, but for me, I'd be like, trying to get my aim to the guy. So it's like good bits. Rops is a monster. Fundamentally, like, his baseline is so clean. So clean. There's a reason the pros say he has the best movement. Like, it is so clean. But you gotta remember, he played like thousands of hours of 1.6 like B hop and KZ, like mad. I was level 6 when we played our first ESC season. At level 9 because my elo was so low and had no mechanical ability at all. But because the coach set me up perfectly, we won until playoffs. Nice. That's a good coach as well. Strong. But it's a game. If you think is more important than that, you might not get in the right mentality. Renyan and Doc both have that. I think most high players have this, right? Donk doesn't. Donk has it to a level as well. He sprays a lot more, but it's like it's not the panic flick. It's like, cool, I need to go to this person. You saw it in his 1v5 with the Galil. Like it's very like, cool, I think they're going to be there. Cool, I'm moving to that bit. Cool. Moving across, like, yeah, like I put too much pressure on myself to perform. I put too much pressure on myself to get a kill. I put too much pressure on myself to like win, basically, and it has a negative effect on my aim. It has a negative effect on my thing, on my positioning, like, and my play. Because I don't make the right play because I'm worried to die or I'm worried to lose the round. And it's something I'm actively working on because I think it's really important to get to that stage, right? Like to get to the stage where you're like, cool, I'm confident in my thing. I don't need to crosshair focus. I can just do my thing, you know? And there's a difference between team play and pugs for sure. You can't win without good mechanics in pugs at higher levels, but in Team CS, it's much more about getting small advantages and holding on to it. Exactly, Rage. Holding on to the advantages. God damn. Do you know how many people I have to tell this to in my teams? God damn. God damn. It's crazy. It's crazy how many players have the pug mindset of got the kill, keep moving. Got the kill, keep moving. Whereas you can just get the kill, set your team up, get the kill, play for another one. You don't need to push continually. Right, where did I get to? Fury beat Mongols, Mouse beat 3D Max, Na'Vi beat Team Spirit, G2 beat Liquid, FaZe Clan beat Bait, Parry Vision beat Pain, and then we have... Ooh. I want FaZe Clan to win because I really like Frozen, but they looked good Sage 2. Against 3D Max. I do want 3D Max to win as well, though. That's tough. That's tough. I'm going to give it to 3D Max. I'm going to give it to 3D Max. I think Team Spirit beat Mongols. Although Mongols did beat Team Spirit last time, but Team Spirit have had longer to practice now. And I think G2 beat Parry Vision. I think this is it. I think I have it. We've taken our time. We've got there in the end. We've had some good chats along the way, so I appreciate that. Right. Hopefully you can see this. Let me just double check you can. Yeah, you can. Awesome. So, Vitality, Falcons, Furia, of course, Mouse, of course, Na'Vi, woo, Spirit, 3D Max, Liquid and 03 breaking my heart. I apologize, but I don't think they can do it. I think they, at times, not look like a team. And I think when you're going into stage 3 against some really strong teams now, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. So, also, I didn't put Liquid as 0-3. I put Liquid at 1-3. Who did I have them beating? Hold on a second. Who did I have them beating? Ah, Imperial. I had them beating Imperial. What I did have was Passion UA at 0-3. And I had Imperial 0-3. That's what I had. Okay. That's my pick'em saved. I don't use a pass. Oh. We'll see. We'll see. I think if there's a swap, it'll be these two. I think. But I can deal with that. I can deal with that. That's what I call realistic as a Liquid fan. Yeah, man. It's been tough. For Liquid fans, it's been a tough ride the whole way through. Like there was a period, wasn't there, when it was a Legion, was it Legion Twist on the same team on Liquid, where it really was going well. I think they had Nitro, NAF, of course, and who was the AWP? Was it Horzak? No. Anyway, was it OC? It might have been OC. Was it OC? No, surely not OC. Surely it was before OC's time. Who's OC play for now at the moment? Because he's not on... God, my brain. Why is OC playing? Anyway. Let's get that sorted. Oh. Oh, let's get those wrists stretched out. Something I need to do far more than I'm doing. Oh. Okay. Or was this when Simple was the AWP? Let's change that volume down a bit. By the way, does anyone disagree with me on my my pick'ems? What have you guys gone for? Grand Slam team was Nitro, Stewie, Elige, Twist. It was Stewie. It was. Yes, I was, George. I was. Also, hello, George. How you doing? Old fall from grace, Stewie, unfortunately. I know he paid it in the end, but I hope it was a minor blip. Somewhat working. Love to hear it. Stewie 25k. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Going back to the comment earlier, you should gamble and open some cases. Not quite the same, but... let's just leave it at that. How do you guys... can you see the crosshair that well? How bad is it? Annoyingly, I like this crosshair quite a lot, and it's quite good. at the moment, but I understand it could be quite hard to see, so let me know. Also, my feet are getting frozen. I need to put my slippers on. Nitro was AWPing. Yeah, they didn't... Well, he wasn't the strongest, was he, either? So it's just like having someone filling in that role. Yeah, man. I totally forgot that as well. I was like, was he? Hard to see, not... Hard to see, but it ain't me playing, so it's fine. Okay. As long as that's alright. Do you know what the crosshair that I can't get used to? That everyone uses this crosshair. I don't know how. It's so small. Probably because they're 4-3 and it's slightly stretched a bit, but... Oh my god, I find it so hard to use. Yeah, I agree. It's so small. So... Because the 1.5 is just too big from that, like... Oh, they've got 1.2. Neon yellow. Whoa. Nice. What? Color 2 or actual, like... You did the colors yourself? Did it yourself, nice. This is basically it for the 4-3, right? NRG bench. Is that what OC is? Appreciate it, Tristan. So I remember he was on NRG, but I was like, it's not still there, so did he get bought out? Is it normal to change crosshair every 2 weeks, or am I coping? Yo, name. For me, I change it when I get like, when I feel something's off. Like my aim doesn't feel like I'm cornering properly, or like, just it feels like, I get a feeling for it, but I've also played a lot, so for a long time. Like I will switch between something that's very like pointed like this, and then like just go straight for like a absolute behemoth, you know? And then I'll just have this for a while where I'm like, oh my god, I want the big crosshair so I can see exactly what I'm doing. My eyes are failing me, I'm old, and everything's going to pot. Yo, Snow, how is life treating you, brother? Has your stomach settled, or is it still prancing about? Yo, Charas, how you doing? That's a good thing. It's a good thing. Be conservative. Be conservative. Don't change stuff. You don't need to. Oh, we so back, baby. Football tonight. Nice, nice, nice. Snow, I saw a screenshot last night. You may or may not have played Aston in a scrim, and Jamie may or may not have got 8 kills again. 8 cool, Jamie. Jesus, that's a tough one for Jamie. I'll tell. Aston sent it to me and went, but by the way, just to let you know, it was a strong game, and then just sent me the picture. I was like, yeah, oof. Yeah, playing nukes in trials may not be ideal. Tough. I had a teammate that changed his sensitivity every time he's whiffed. That's not what you want. It's not what you want at all. So I'm reading the crosshair as a point of reference once you get to a certain level. Yeah, so it is just a point of reference in the middle of the screen. Nothing talks about it. Shroud talked about it. And how it's just literally, it's just, this is where the middle of your screen is. It's nice to know. But you don't necessarily have to have anything on there. Because really, at a certain point, you should be just knowing where it is. Just to the right. Goddamn. Anyway. But yeah. Sorry, just going back to my original. By the way, anyone noticed the game feeling a little choppy lately? I updated video, but it seems made worse. So I've had an experience where I had to restart the game because there was loads of choppiness, and that fixed it. I think the game is just purely, just very poorly optimized, which is crazy when Valve is such an indie company. Forgot the name of a Valorant Pro best of 5 grand final change between every map. Native black bar stretch, and then that's change sense is crazy. At least you had double digits. Exactly, Snow. You fucking took it. Lucan changes all the time. Okay. Show you a game graphic settings. Sure. So 1610. I'm on a 1440p monitor. I use this as my 1610. I use Windows full screened because changing to different things, like different monitors and stuff, is a lot easier. Changing to different windows is a lot easier. It doesn't have any effect on your performance, which is great, and it sticks you at your 480. So happy days. Boost player contrast enabled, VSync off, enabled plus boost, game 0, 250 in the settings. I probably upped that, to be honest, for just because I can. I think there's a massive difference because I had a 240 monitor before, which is why it was that. And then I use 4 times, but I've heard anti-aliasing has an effect, but I'm not entirely sure. I did this based on Thor on Twitter. He had a post about like settings and what they have and the competitive advantages and the impact, and anti-aliasing with 4 times you could see through the railings of like Nuke Heaven, for example, and you could actually see players properly, whereas on lowers you couldn't. And then I use low basically on everything. Quality on a high dynamic range, and soft filtering 16. So yeah. Some people just built different, Lumby. Like, you have Rops who has everything so meticulous, right? He gets on, he uses measuring tapes, he changes his monitor like specifically, exactly, you know, like everything is very thing. And then you get Zywoo and Dog just like chuck everything on the table, go, yeah, that'll do. Molodoi does the same. Just goes, yeah, fuck it. And then they just play. Like, some people, different in it. Enable plus boost, respect it. Yeah, I played with a load of different ones. This is just one I like. I've heard different things about different ones. Go which has the lowest input lag. That's what I've gone for, really. Do you have a Zowie monitor? Like, I didn't have a problem on a Zowie monitor, but as soon as I moved to this OLED, I've had problems. Like, it just took so long to alt-tab. So, as long as I'm comfortable. Exactly. Which I, you know, kind of respect. No worries. Oof. Fine spraying. Right, let's jump into the death match, shall we? I've had an old tube monitor, a cheap LG, a 144 LG, and a Zowie 240, and not a problem either. Shouldn't you use shadows high? So my understanding is that changed. I believe like you don't have to have it on high anymore to have the advantage. I believe that changed because Valve was kind of pressured to do so because it was an unfair advantage on people with better PCs. So I think they were kind of like, not forced, but like people were just like, look, it's unfair for people with, it's like a monetary advantage to have a better PC to have like the shadows being the changer, right? Which I got. Like at the end of the day, having a better PC that can do 610 hertz and 610 FPS regularly is going to be better than a PC that can just scrape 60. So that will give you the advantage. But a good player should be able to play with both. So no, obviously there's going to be an advantage to having the 610. But again, that's my understanding, Charaz. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but that's what I thought was the change. I have had alt-tab issues with AMD GPU. My PC would just brick itself whenever I tabbed. Jesus, Arath, that's annoying. Shadows on low is the way, yes. Okay. Ooh, hello. Boom. Jump around way too much with my knife out. Bastard. Ooh, sick movement, mate. Bastard. Shot through a wall. Any games tonight or just prac? Tonight I have a trial, Charaz, so that will be no streaming tonight. It will be seeing how that goes, seeing how the team goes. And then it will be a decision on the team, what they feel comfortable on like streams for like matches and stuff like that. Again, something I talk about in the video that should be up on Sunday. Again, need to be edited and all that, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh my god, stop moving. Those micros. Oof. And GPUs are absolute ass on CS. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. It's all about the CPU, baby. I've had issues where I shift tab to bring Steam Overlay and I have 5% chance to crash my entire PC, both monitors when black unresponsive. My mate has the exact same thing. He can't open up Steam Overlay because it will crash his game. Not sure what that is that's causing that, but yeah. A friend of mine's been suffering since CSGO. I've heard a lot more people have it with CS2. How many hours are we overall? They say 10k to become an expert at anything. I am at 4.8, I think, k hours. So this is the movement tech I was talking about earlier. This one. That's the one I had been practicing. Same with the short jump, Mirage, and it definitely helped that. Good luck. That would be great to see the matches like Flom does. Yeah, I like the way Flom and Austin CS does it. I like it, and Cooper. I like the fact they stream their matches. I think it's quite nice. The problem we have in EU CS is the quality of players, as in like team, not the individual players. Team CS is very different in EU than it is in NA, where strats and anti-stratting and that sort of thing is far more common in the EU than it is, and teams being just of better quality and lower like entries and inters and all that than it is in the US. So it is a lot harder to stream your games as you go up. And some teams, and completely understandably, don't want you, like, their teammates to stream the games because they don't want people to have an unfair advantage in them. It's not necessarily anti-stratting the round, but also understanding how the mental of the team is, what the kind of general plan is, and that sort of thing can be heard, right? So it's just getting that sorted. Never really had problems with older AMD GPU back then, and my HD 7970 works well in CSGO. Yeah, I love CSGO for its optimization, but this game just looks better as well, so it's like a trade-off, isn't it? And also, this game is far better than it was, so I think we can be happy it's not still in the state it was, because that was mad. Sad you had to get rid of your RX 7900. It's a great card outside of CS overall. Ah, man. It's annoying. Yeah, I had a 1080 GTX and like an i7 4900K, and my god was my games like suffering. Like it was really struggling. And obviously not GPU dependent, but definitely needed an upgrade when I upgraded it. Oof, missing. And remember, if you think NA is bad, think about what I suffer through. Yeah, brother, I imagine that's actual like hard work. Like friend of mine was saying like he met like a NA team, high NA team. I say high, like, you know, main advanced, and they were surprised that strats were involved, which is crazy to think about. Like in open 10, open 9, open general, you have strats. Like you have people concocting actual ideas and stuff. Oh, nice combo. Is that cool mint? It is. I thought I'd give it a try. It's quite nice, isn't it? I looked through the gloves to see if there's another blue that kind of worked. That wasn't the amphibious. Decisions. Exactly. Right now, while I'm trying to still see how high I can get in CS and, you know, where I may end up, trying to make inters, main, all that sort of stuff, I will prioritize the team's decision on what they want in terms of streaming than I will my decision with a delay. Because at the end of the day, it's also not fun to stream with a delay where you can't look at chat, right? I'm kind of just playing my game and then get to review it afterwards. But I definitely will record it. Like, there's no doubt about that. It's just, again, it's comfort levels of other people, right? Oof. Excuse me. Bot crusher. OC have open and ESL challenge. Half my ESC games are against 12k hour semi-pro teams. So even if my team has a strat book and philosophy, we get run over. Yeah, it's like it's really tough to find the balance when the community is small, right? Like, how do you get that right when you also don't have the teams to fill the space? Like, so that's rough. That's really rough. But at the same time, great fucking practice. Like, I read your message in a sec, name. Oof. Always wonder whether to up my sends because it's quite low, but what I say to myself is, I'm not an entry. I don't need to flick between shit. Like, yeah. I'm 36 and hard stock 18 to 20k. Never done Face It as it blocks my fan control. Interesting. Never heard of that. I assume that's like the app you use, right, for fan control. It blocks that. That's annoying. Like, I've always said, like, if Face It worked on Linux, I'd probably move off Windows. I would move off Windows. I'd go to Linux, and that would be really nice. And I've had more control over my PC and everything that can be done on it. And just get off the fucking Windows ecosystem, which is dog water. But at the end of the day, like, can't be done. And I understand why. So, what's your thoughts on joining a team? I'm trying to join one. Been using Recruit CS to find people, and I've messaged maybe 20 people and either get no reply or we play one face again together and then they ghost. Welcome to finding a team in CS. It is a really boring experience in that regard. Like, you can find just people who don't really understand the process. Like, playing a Face It is not how you necessarily trial players because of the randomness of the pug experience. But at the same time, you can get a good idea of people's general base level skill with it. I think when I was first building teams or finding teams, what I would do is I would play pugs or Face It, find people I enjoyed playing with, and just kind of ask them if they want to start a team. Building one with your mates for a start to build a bit of a resume can be a good way to do it. If you're trying to find random people to play with, it's a bit of a minefield. I would say you just kind of have to go through the process. Maybe reach out to friends to see if they know anyone looking for a team. And I would also weed out, like, you can join Karas. Let me link it. Did that go to... Let me see if it works on both. I don't know if it sends to both. Don't think I can send to YouTube. Give me a sec. I sent it on Twitch. Let me just quickly open up my studio on YouTube. Live. Control room. Chat. There it is. What was I saying? My brain. Jesus Christ. Weed them out. So, like, ask them questions. What they plan to do for the trial. What roles you'll be playing. Kind of like what maps they prefer. What's their map pool looking like? How's their in-game leader going to call? Like, questions that kind of weed out people who are just like don't really know what they're doing in the process, versus people who are just like do know and have a plan and understand what prac comes from that. It's very similar to just writing a resume. You have to have a good resume. You have to have keenness to find a team and sort of a willingness to weed out the wrong uns, or deal with the wrong uns, and that's half the battle as well. Because you also don't know what people are going to be like in an actual match situation. Like, I remember trialing some guy who's super nice, really, really friendly, really good, and all this. And then one of my mates played with him at like 2 a.m. in a pug, and the words that were coming out of his mouth in a non, like, I'm just an edgy person who says a couple of jokes that are bad, way were very telling of the kind of person he was going to be for the rest of the season. And not somebody we were keen to associate with, because that's just not who we are. So that very quickly changed that situation out. God, that's so relatable. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I've had a very unfortunate season with my team, but it is so common for motivation to get lost, for passion to disappear as well, and like, you know, like, it's not something that always exists, right? And you need to find that love in yourself and find people who have the same goal and have that same passion, and don't rely on motivation. End of the day, it's not motivation that will get you far, it's discipline. got my CV involves 1 tapping called 0 in a deathmatch during IAM clone. That is it, sadly. Hey, that's something. That is something. My CV, I put it out the other day, is 100 years of open and well, entry is open in my opinion, but of open ESEA. Like, I have not got a team resume really to write home about. Unfortunately, that's not my res. Cow, I need to change that. Cowboy. It's 19200 by 12200, but the same idea. 1610 stretched. So this season, well, next season, I'm looking for a team that, of course, share my same goals and have the same drive I do to just be disciplined, enjoy the game, but understanding the game the same way I do. Like, I have a very particular view of the game, how I play it, what like I think I can have the highest impact, and what's kind of needed. And not everyone has that, so it's just kind of matching that up. Wait, what happened to the current team? Well, again, talk about it in the video that comes up on Sunday with a bit more detail, but basically one of our teammates ran out of motivation and passion for Team CS. His life got busy and he just didn't prioritize CS or the team or practicing, which meant that we had a season of, I think it was 2 practices outside of matches, which meant that we didn't actually improve. If anything, we got kind of worse. And having one person have that leads to other people losing that love and that drive and that passion, which meant that we kind of didn't have what we needed to do to make inters, which I genuinely believed we could make this season. Like, I didn't set that as a goal, but I didn't set a goal of inters. I set a goal of playoffs 2, but we were 1 match off playoffs A, which we shouldn't have been 1 match off either. We should have just got. And we brought in a player who had all that confidence and experience from playing at higher levels, who taught me a lot and was bringing a lot of more stability and what we needed to the team. But yeah, kind of just like all fell over by 1, which is very common. One guy kind of not ruining it, or that's harsh because I love the guy, but yeah, changing the dynamic and the situation. Keep going. You think they will pay you? Who is they? Do I think I could be paid to play? I technically was meant to be paid this season for my pass. So whatever, it's like 20 quid for the pass to play ESEA. But the org has disbanded, died, and I'm not getting a reply on that. So we will see. We will see. I'd be so down, but currently not the same level. Oh, that's unfortunate, dude. You know, you'll get there one day. We'll be playing in the servers at some point, I'm sure. Like, in terms of passion and drive, I'm the same. Yeah, man. It's tough. Like, that. So this is... I don't know if I touched on it in my team, but, like... This is the thing with Team CS as well. There's a couple of things... There's, like, things you need that are, like, really hard to achieve, which just narrows, like, your pool of players you can play with. Just like a funnel, right? Just goes smaller and smaller and smaller, right? You've got language. Huge, right? You've got to speak the same language to be able to play together. You then have to have the same level on top of that. So level 10, 2.5 plus K, right? That's a smaller pool. Then you've got to have the same passion and drive. So these people are like, who want to achieve inters, main, advanced, like push forward and like have that drive, right? Then you have on top of that, you then have people who have the same availability as you, right? I'm somebody who works during the day, so I need some people who are available in the evening. I'm also 32. I don't want to play 7 days a week. So 4 days a week is perfect for me in the evening. So it's people who share that, right? And want that. And so once you have all that, then you have your like group of people. And then you then need that group of people to all continue, right? To keep pushing. In one season, realistically, you're not going to get promoted. You're spending a season figuring things out, figuring what needs work, and figuring how you can get there. Second season, third season, that's when you're looking for promotions, right? And if you're not getting promotions, what's going on? Like, what's there? What elo am I? 2.5 to 2.6k. So I think I'm at like 2.5 2.58 at the moment. I was 2.65 the other week. Like, you know, kind of switching between. Exactly, son. It will come. Just need that. Just keep going. Keep going. I've been driven for 2 seasons and went from like 10k Prem Scub to known rifle and gotten 10 times better. Exactly. You'll get there. It's just a little bit of work. It's absolutely smashing it. I'm obsessed learning lineups daily, practicing aim daily, watching demos, following pro scene, even joined a small org. Let's go! It's more. Play more, play more, play more. That's all it is. You know what you need to practice? Keep the routine, keep the dedication, keep the discipline. Just keep playing. You'll get there. God damn, I'm such a util bitch. I know so many lineups. Yes, sir. That's half my battle. I'm too util heavy. I sometimes just pull out a util when I should just have my gun out. Damn, I wonder what tier team will pay you. You get paid. I'd assume like high level advanced ECL, right? But again, it's like tier 2 and depends what you're willing to do, right? Like going to all these lands and stuff. So much fun to land util everywhere. Yes, sir. Finding people to play with is in general is hard. Try to think how it gets high. Yo, Matt, how's it going? Yeah, it's just finding the right people is also difficult. And the thing about EU as well is like you have the language difficulty. Like not everyone speaks like good English, and then that's when miscommunication happens, stress happens, and just like ideas change as well. So it's also really difficult. So you're basically forming your own team. I'm not. I'm looking to join teams, but some teams that have reached out to me are forming as the team happens, as the trials happen. So kind of, yes, I guess. Yeah, and it makes up for... Oh, God, I've just been kicked. Let me just join again. Yeah, it makes up for 90% of the players that don't even know basics. Keyte, I'll be back to you on the team stuff when I'm level 10. Let's do it, Kyber. Let me know. Let me know. Oh, I just got fucking deleted. God damn. Oh, I need to sort out the washing. That's something I need to do. Can't leave it in there for much longer. Maybe in a second I'll just quickly run downstairs and do that. Oof. That's why I'm a big fan of if you play with someone you like, somebody who's good, who, you know, doesn't have to be like a fucking donk level, but someone you've enjoyed playing with, just add them, man. Add them. Play with them. See how you vibe with them. Don't have to be someone you make a team with, but having people to play with is just fun. It's just nice. Makes the whole experience better. 100%. I just got shot in the back. God damn. Don't shoot me from... Oof. Oh my god, no spray, panic. Had a bit of a war there, Charles. Also, you have to deal with the ego. You should have a level of ego in CS. Like I think it is important to have a level of ego, especially the higher you get. You need confidence. You need a bit of ego to take fights, to figure out what you're going to do, make decisions, all that. But definitely makes it harder to, oh my gosh, to deal with some people's ego. Some people can't lose, basically. It's tough. In Oz, it's a nightmare, small region, so like on your second, third season, you just know everyone. Even I'm chill with paid players, but it does mean every season 50% of open teams collapse and reform. Yeah, I get that. It's like and UKIC now. Like I've played UKIC for 2 seasons, and I feel like I'm already like re-seeing names, you know, like there's people. I mean, it kind of makes a difference that I guess I'm making content and stuff like that, but like I definitely know a lot more people in the scene, and like most of the scene I play against, like I know one person in the team, or like I know of the team, you know. So yeah, I completely agree. Like it's the small scene makes it really tricky. Like you know people, you can cut, but that in a way is also good because you can kind of figure out who's worth picking up, or at least who to avoid. The one thing I have is like for UKIC is that that was bad aim from both of us. Is that you get a lot of pug teams, which means that it's good to play against like puggers so you can get used to the chaos and all that, but more just like who sometimes turn up, sometimes don't, you know, which can be a bit of a waste of time. And depending on what your priorities and time availability is, it can be a bit annoying to say the least. EU is difficult. It's either a language barrier, cracked 18-year-olds that throw tantrums, and backseat. Yeah, tantrums is insane. Like the ego is insane. Very, very hard to deal with. And will be the death of teams. Like some teams do not like going 0-3 at the start of a season. Your season's not over at 0-3, by the way. Like, but people will just like, we've lost 3, we're done. So you might have just got 3 really fucking cracked teams at the start. You're now in the lower part of the brackets. You have easier teams to play against now. They are also 0-3. Don't lose hope, you know? I should really say 0-4, but yeah, because that's when it resets. But yeah, like that sort of idea is quite hard to people. I'm not saying I'm above it. Like I've been there in the past, like not understanding it, but even when explained, it's just very tough. It's very, very, very tough. What level range do you think is good to look for? Because I'm 2.2, and the people who do respond to me often say they only want to play ASA once people reach 2.5. But I think team play is so different. I agree. Like it is completely different. I think when you look, it depends what like area you are, and I think you look around your area to start, and I think you show performance in it, like in a season. I don't think your first season will be you get to play with 2.8k players. Unless you know the 2.8k players, it most likely you'll be play with people around your level, and then you'll build together. You can play pugs together and build together like that. Build your elo, or just like show that you in a team performance you did your role. Like you did your role really well. Get the kudos for it, you know. But like, it's oof. I do think it's people can be fickle about it, you know. One thing I do like that some creators are doing, so Isk and Phoenix are doing, Phoenix or Phoenix, or however you say his name. Is they, as coaches, are building teams and training teams based on their like the people who follow their like guides and stuff. And yeah, of course, you pay for their guides and you're kind of paying for a spot, but at the same time, like I think it's a really good way of getting people into the team CS. You're playing with someone who high experience, and you just kind of get better that way, which I think is good. But I also don't know how involved they are in pracs and things like that. Did you qualify for intermediate? No, we didn't. We should have, but we unfortunately didn't. We lost out in playoffs, which is annoying. It's very annoying. But yo, Fel, how you doing? Oof. Oof, that movement. Let's go. Oh, hello. Shot in the side. Yo, Buffalo. Is that you? Is that you shooting me in the side of the head? Oof. Oof. Chaz, is that you? Yes. Chad, as it was. How is UKCS doing anyway? What? Insomnia dying was a big L. It was. They've got Epic LAN, which is now in the VRS, which means that every 2, I think it is like quite a big event, like with quite big teams. I think Gentlemate's played at not the last one, the one before, which is good. It's good for the scene. But does mean it's quite tough in those ones for lower teams, but it's good. I'd say it's good experience, good practice. I think you should definitely try and play better teams if you can. And the UK scene, it's not its biggest, but it's still thriving somewhat. The UKIC is still doing well, so can't complain about it. Yeah, that's unlucky. Good luck next season. Appreciate it, Phil. Appreciate it. Joining a team was so much easier for me back then. I had to do was just go play at some random internet cafe and wait for the local LAN tours and find people to play with. That seems like such a nice way of doing it. And I'm actually quite keen to play Epic LAN next year. There's one in Feb that could be good if the team I like join is feeling strong for it. And just get to know people, man. Just meet people, see other people who are keen, and that sort of thing I think is quite good. Time to join DM with 150 ping. Do it. Do it. Come join us. Oh, that was mine. Ooh, hello. Filled with kids playing Roblox and Fortnite. That's unfortunate. Yeah, like I used to play COD 4 Pro Mod back in the day, and I went to a couple of LANs for that, and it's so much fun. Like, so much fun. Got to meet the people I played with online. Ridiculous amount of hours per day. Like, yeah, it was good laugh. Really good laugh. Oh, he's too good with the ping. That guy's just too good. 300! Jesus! 300 ping! That's obscene. Oof. Oof. My aim is slightly off right now. Ooh. Did someone shoot there? They did. God, you're hard to hit! You're still hitting though. Fair play to you. Just stop shooting randomly. I've got to the habit of just doing this every so often. Oh, hello. $300 ping peak. 300 ping domination, more like. God damn. Right. Eagle. Oh, I felt like I should have got 2. Bacon, nail on the fucking head, brother. Well, nail on the fucking head. It's a very common problem, at least in people I've chatted to. Same for you as well. You just like, there's no, punishment for dying, right? You just respawn. So you can be very chill with it, have confidence in your peak, wide swing, take the fight as you want, and then obviously in a match that's very different. And yeah, the panic sets in, the panic spray sets in, and you don't hit the shots you'd usually hit. But it's something I'm actively working on. Like, don't know if you saw my streams the last couple of days, but I've been playing a lot of Prem. It's not Face It, but been trying to practice just like not getting worked up or like panicked in the fight, you know? Especially when someone sits in front of me like that. I got a little bit tense, but trying to practice not too high tension, because at the end of the day, tension management is good, but you don't want too much of it, right? Because you want to be clean with it. You want to just be able to release it when you release it. Stop shooting me through a wall. And Snowflame Bacon. I understand that question. It's all good. That was fun. Nice, Charas. Hit some good shots, dude. Hit some good shots. Yeah, I panic a lot, man. It's very common, I think. It's like in my head, it's a practice thing, right? Like you put so much value in the kill that you then end up fluffing the kill because you are tensing how you don't usually tense, and you're not allowing yourself to do small micros and stuff like that, and accurate flicks. Buffalo is fucking destroying me. God damn. And to answer your question, Harith, have I got used to streaming yet and talking? No, I have not. I still struggle to actually like play and shoot. Like, especially if I'm playing with somebody, like I find it really difficult to like mute or like not concentrate on what they're saying or like that sort of thing. Like getting used to being like your mate or your teammate saying something and then not feeling like you just can just ignore what they're saying, if that makes sense. So yeah, just trying to get better at it. And yes, Matt, I would say these kind of servers are better than these Faceit servers, not Faceit servers, Val servers. And that's not just because you don't get the bot farmers, which is fantastic, but also FPS wise, they're much better, give you stronger FPS. And xplay.gg, the ones I'm on at the moment, they have sponsored me. So for 3 videos, so respect to them. They're a very good place to start, and you can have skins that you want to try out, which is great. So would recommend giving them a try. But there's others if you are interested. Yo, Squid, how's it going? Hey, I haven't ever caught you streaming before. I saw some of your first videos earlier this year and was cheering you on. I appreciate it, dude. I really appreciate it. How have I got on with my towards some of my goals, and what do you think struggle with the most? Great questions. So I touched on this in my video this week because I saw a comment. I don't know if that was you who commented on it. I saw a comment in on the latest video about my goals, which was great to bring up. Yes, my goals. Aim-wise, I am where I want to be. Like, I've definitely upped my aim level. Of course, there's always room to improve, but now it's more movement I think I need to improve. And once I've improved some movement, some analysis is the next stage on that. Valve, as for Faceit, I didn't hit the 2650 I wanted, but I hit 2635, which put me at 501st in the UK. So the goal was top 500. I'm going to take that, to be honest. I'm going to take it. I don't play Faceit enough for like me to think I could have got higher. I did that after the like ELO reset as well. So I felt like that was quite a good win, to be honest, quite a big success for me. And then Inters I have not reached. And I think for me, that has been the hardest completely. And it's not just because Inters is difficult to get, but it's also because you are relying on 4 other people, right? You are 20% of a team. And getting to Inters requires all 5 of you to be on the same page, to be all training, to all getting there. And unfortunately, this season we should have done it, and we didn't because not all 5 were there. So it is the hardest one, but I think it is one that I can definitely achieve. I definitely think I have the ability to play in Inters. Like I don't think that would be the troubling bit. I think it's finding a team that can do that. I think that's the troubling bit. And I think having the chance to play in Inters and show that I can do it and then push for main, I think would be massive. And that's my goal for the next couple of seasons. I want to be Inters by my 33rd birthday. Tell you what. So end of March. If I'm not, I'll be sad. This is so hard. Sion, you're doing well. Well, yeah, you are. 43 kills is half decent for 300 ping, man. Oof. Hey man, I saw your training like Nico video yesterday and it inspired me to grind the game again to get better. What tips can you give me for unlearning bad habits? Concentrated practice. And by that, I mean, if you've identified you have a problem, spend a week just concentrating on fixing that. So for me, panic spray, right? So one of the biggest concentrations is not spraying at all. Just tapping, bursting, just getting that practice. Just focusing on not spraying. Focusing on that. Just use concentration, concentrate practice, set goals for the practice. You'll be good. That is the way to do it, and slowly do it. And keep analyzing. Keep self-analyzing. I still panic spray. I still do it. So, you know, it's still something I need to work on. But I'm now understanding when I'm doing it and why I'm doing it. So just spending that time to do it is great. Micros, awful there. So I know now I need to work on my micros. It's the tracking and being reactive versus being predictive. It's tough. Pros panic spray or not? Yes, they do. It's not something I'm going to completely be able to get rid of. Like, imagine this, right? You're at a corner here, you've got like an angle here, and you see a player swing you with this angle. You're not just going to go, because they're going to shoot you in the head. Like, you've got to have that level of panic to be like, fuck, shit, go for it, you know? And it's more like they're coming out A. So let's say I'm the T. I'm the CT playing CT. I'm playing there, right? The player does this and try to fight me there. I panic. I tense up and I miss my bullets, my one-shots, my, you know, and then I enter a spray and then it's just not great. So it's finding the right time to do it. And finding when not to do it, you know? And I talked about that in my mastering spray control video, about how to do it, when to do it, and understanding why it's important. And also, panic spray, right? Your spray control is not going to be as strong, whereas if you know what you're doing, it can be a lot tighter, basically. For me, when I play bad, I internalize it, then keep playing bad, miss sprays, movement feels off, aim feels off. Last month I hit 3.1k elo. Damn! I was playing amazing. One bad game and it piles on. Yeah, like, I mean, firstly, if you're 3.1k elo on Face It, I assume, you know more than me, you're better than me. I've got nothing to teach you. But I also completely understand that. Like, it's that ABC concept, right? Your A game, your B game, your C game, understanding when you get into the server and played a few rounds where your game is at, and then adapting your playstyle and your playstyle for your teammates off that. So can you play your C game and then focus more, oh Jesus Christ, focus more on being supportive? Can you be the first one out, right? Can you be the entry fragger so that you die, maybe with a kill, maybe you're not, but giving that information with giving that information to your teammates? Can you become that different player? Can you, you know, Res Frank Void is 1920 by 1200, 1610 stretched. I need to actually update the commands. That's on me. I need to do that at some point. But like, it's super difficult, right? I do the same thing. I feel like I'm playing bad. My confidence slips, and then I spend the rest of the game taking fights incorrectly, not how I would do it. And Bacon, the way I have been trying to see it recently is it's like the ego thing, right? You need that level of confidence. You will always need that level of confidence. It doesn't matter if you are playing your C game, you need to still peak in the same way. The difference is, cool, I'm going to peak the same way, but I've made sure there's a teammates behind me. Or I'm peaking that way because I know that I can get the info, but I'm giving that info to them, my team, so they can then make a play off it. And it sounds stupid to like think you're going to lose the fight, which is what you don't want to do, but it's more understanding if you lose the fight, what's coming out of it. You then don't just enter the rabbit hole that a lot of players do, which is, I'm just going to take every fight. It doesn't matter if I lose it. I'm playing bad anyway. That's my view of it. you like to hear opinions of others in the mental game. I think mental game is one of the biggest things in CS. The higher you get, like, just like, can you mentally stay with the game the whole time, and can you, you know, provide to your team? You will not always be the star, so how can you have your C game and still have impact? Nice, man. That's a really good stride. Sure to be proud of. I am proud, man. Like, I've definitely improved a lot, which I'm really happy with, but I've got room. I've got room that I still need to go. Big achievement, though. Ended up here from your YouTube videos, too. As someone grinding back to CS after a long break, they've helped loads. Nice! That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. Love this game. Love more people enjoying it, playing it, getting the right sort of routines and mindset into it. It's good fun. It's good fun. Good to hear. Good to hear. I'm more set in the US, both team and pug-wise. EU only pugs. No idea the difficulty for IM in EU. IM in EU is pretty difficult, I'd say. Like, it's achievable, definitely achievable. But if you're EU NA based, like I was talking about it earlier, one of the biggest differences I've heard is, like, in NA, I think IM players are like 2k elo to 2.5, maybe even lower. In the EU, you're like 2.8 to 3k, like just elo wise, if that makes sense. Teams in IM or intermediate have strats, they have defaults, they have a coach, not a coach, well, sometimes a coach, but they have like a IGL anti-stratting the other team. They like have gimmick rounds already off base. They prac, they scrim, they do all the stuff that I've heard NA teams do not do, or not enough anyway. So yeah. With analyzing, is this demo review of your own game as well as during the game itself, or just? With analyzing, is this demo review of your own games as well as during the game itself, or just one? I'm confused by your question, Buffalo. That's maybe me just speaking a lot and not understanding where I got to. Also, take note of what he's actually doing here, by the way. He's not instantly flicking and shooting, panic shooting. He's taking time to aim on the person, giving himself more time to aim. Exactly, you're just taking the time to actually go to the head and shoot it. That's something I need to practice, because in matches, I just do this. Like, I don't get to the head, then shoot. I shoot on the way to the head, which is just not, it's not effective. Like, it's not a good way to play. Like, I do that in a game, whereas I could just take the extra time to just hit the head, you know? I recently switched back to native from 4.3. What are your thoughts on resolution? Resolution is all personal preference. I mean, you have a lot of pros who use 4.3 stretched. I think that is most likely because they are just something they're used to. They've played their whole careers on it. They've, you know, they like the fat model, fast CS, boom, boom. And then you have Rops. Rops is 16.9, but he also has his face basically ingrained in the monitor, a bit like Yakindar. So, you know, like, does that make it easier to be 16.9? Like, it's all preference. You have a Liege who's 16.10. He chose that because he wanted the in between 16.9 and 4.3. He plays at arm's length with the monitor. Like, these are all personal preferences, what you are used to, what you like to play with. I've played all the reses, and I found that 16.10 stretched is that nice between. It's got stretched, you've got bigger heads, but the players aren't moving too fast, and it feels comfortable. It feels comfortable. Patrick, what kind of troll? Wait. Squid. I have taught people that... Sorry. Not always the case. They may have more refined fundamentals, but could have really bad habits. But you know about that. They struggle to find. Elo doesn't always mean better player outright. 100% Squid. 100%. People use it as a guide mark, right? It's not always right. It's like, as I always say, like Steel, Rops, and there's a few other pros who just don't play Face It because it doesn't matter about elo. Like they've never have. They focus more on Team CS and they built themselves through that. Like they're like, it's crazy how like Team CS elo is so different from individual CS elo, and I'd much rather have someone stronger in Team CS than a 3.3k who just didn't communicate, just did what he wanted, just like could make or break a game based on his individual skill, but the consistency is not there, right? And it becomes really hard to do. I taught people that have higher elo than I before because of things that they don't take into note, but they're a menace compared to me, at least on the fundamentals. Exactly. Their mechanics are great, but can't play with other people. Exactly, Squid. That is very right. Helping your team, round conversion, impact, wins. One of the biggest things I try like to talk to my team about is like that mid round. You get a kill, you're 5v4. You don't have to go for the 5v3. If you die, you're a 4v3. You put it back in the T's favor. But if you're a CT and you're 5v4, you have a high chance of winning that round. Get back. Get back. It's all good. Play together. Sort it out. Trade. Be effective. For anyone that is trying... so what kind of troll pick'ems have you gone for this time? Oh my god. 3-0 is Vitality and... was it Na'Vi? No. Vitality Falcons. I have Na'Vi, Furia, and a bunch of the usual ones you expect, G2 and stuff going through. And then my 0-3s are Imperial and Passion UA. Yeah, if anyone trying to get better, kills does not equal impact. Kills can help with your impact, but generally, yeah, helping your team, round conversion to impact. Exactly. Making it as easy for your team to win by supporting them or creating openings they can directly use. Openings are more important than any other kill. So vital. Don't lose your opening, win your opening. You can win your openings more with your team. You lose your openings more individually. Sorry, you were saying you found analyzing a really good way to improve, and I tried to do it during the game, but when I die, I think, why did I die and how can I do better? That's it. So that's why I'd say self-analyzation is probably really good for, is that moment stuff, because you have all the information at that point. When you go to review it again, you might not have the comms, you might not have all that. But you can self-analyze later on, kind of your peaks, your movement, that sort of thing. It's really effective. If you want to genuinely improve, analyze a better player than you. Tier 2 teams, how are they doing it? Why are they doing it? Tier 3 teams, why are they doing it? Pros, what are they doing in pugs? How are they peaking? How are they not peaking? What can you do to improve that? How can you play that position better based on the pugs, based on the tier 2, based on the tier 3? Do not watch pro level tier 1 CS to how to improve, because they are counter-stratting. They are doing something specific based on who they are playing and the map they are playing. And it's all based on that. It's not something you can default to. $69, 16 Tez, Bezrez. Yo, in Teals, how you doing? Sends. My sends is 0.9 by 800 DPI. So that's 1.8 on 400. Thank you, Destroso has got it. So, yeah. And I find analyzing my own game pretty difficult because I haven't learned what the best way to do is play, even in the demo, so I don't know what I should do. That's when you review better players than yourself. What do they do? What do they default to? The default is where you learn. They do some gimmicks, learn some gimmicks, but those aren't something you do every round or repeatedly, 1 or 2, 3 times a game, depending on who you play with, what kind of level they're at. But you'll have a default. That default will serve you well. In turn, trying to make a round conversion. Sorry. Sends. Yes, Squid. Falcons. Liquid over Passion. What, for the 0-3? Fair enough. No Liquid winning a series this stage. Yeah, I think it was against Imperial, and I don't want Imperial to win, Patrick, so that's why I went for Passion UA and Liquid winning. Did I kill him? Sweet. CT's main goal is wasting time and defending. If you get an early pick, take advantage, 5v4, keep that advantage, make it as annoying as possible for the enemy team. Exactly, Squid. Teams will, of course, have plays to make it 5v3, but they don't need to go for any more at all. If you play the advantage and do what you're supposed to and play the percentages, you will win. Yes. Very hard for a lot of players to understand. You do not need to finish the round in the first 10 seconds. You don't. You don't. That's how you lose a game. Constantly trying to finish the game. Play the round. Play the percentages. Game has never been about kills. It's about communication, taking space. Yo, George Ocean, how you doing? If you can do both, then the kills come a lot easier. Yes, sir. You don't lose a 5v3. You lose 5v3 from a domino effect of mistakes on everyone, or unless you get donked, which is, then you shrug off. But 90% of the time, it's that case. Exactly. Sometimes people have a round. Sometimes you get fucking perfectly gambled on. Sometimes somebody just absolutely destroys you, and there's nothing you could have done to actually win that round because they've just hit 5 deagle headshots in the space of 5 seconds. Like, sometimes that happens. But if you play the percentages, you will win a lot more. 100%. Phase up, baby! I do wish for them to do well, but I do not think they're going through this stage. They rely too much on Frozen, on twists, and they're starting to play the better teams. So it will be a struggle. I think they will go 2-3. But I always hope for the phase magic. Phase magic exists in my brain. I always wish for it. I always hope for it. But you don't always get it. So you gotta see... Oh, excuse me. You just shot me. Get away, Buffalo. Oh. How many team does it... Oh, wait. How my team does it is we watch tier 1 for set strats called from spawn, pistols, and macro defaults in some cases. Tier 2 to 3 for micros, both in terms of decisions, strat-wise, and of course anti-stratting. Yeah. Solid. Couldn't argue better. Absolutely solid way to do it. I would say the big thing for like a lot of people on T side especially, like a huge fucking struggle, is that sorry, my partner's calling me. One sec, guys. And I'll just answer that question. My guy Harith gets it. For strats, you can use Metastack. Link in the description. Metastack is great. It is a great place if you want to store your strats and use them for your team. It is really, really, really helpful for a great place to use and great place. So would 100% recommend. New knife combo. No, I'm using, well, yes, but I'm using xplay.gg. Another sponsor, currently sponsored by, and they have skins enabled on their servers. And so I'm trying stuff out that cost way too much money and I will not be buying. But yes, good fun. So you were talking about the set strats and things like that. Yes, so on T side, one of the things I think like a lot of people get wrong, and it's something that when I'm trialing for teams, I want to sort of talk about and reinforce and make sure they're on the same page as me, is that for T-side, opening picks, really important. You can call that off spawn for an opening pick for your default. Really, really important. Once you have that opening pick and you've entered the mid round, group up, baby. Group up and execute onto a site. You don't need to do anything more fancy than that. As Squid has said, you can have a 5v3, but you'll lose the 5v3 on domino effect. Cool, you've got the 5v3. I'm going to look at Ancient. You get the 5v3. Your teammate mid walks out mid, gets killed by a guy red. That's a 4v3. Your teammate Cave gets picked off. That's going back to a 3v3. Group up, hit a site together, trade effectively, have good flashes, good smokes, good molotovs for that execute. Boom. Easy, done it. Simple. You've won the round. You've given yourself the highest percentage chance of winning that round. You lose that round by a player having an absolute insane round. There you go. How to win CS at open level. Why am I playing up against bots and not warm-up servers? Well, playing against these guys, and XPlay is currently sponsoring me, and so I am using their servers. But hello, Laser. How you doing? Magic? I prefer the word bullshit when it comes to FaZe. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. It's crazy chaos fun. I love it. I love it. For strats, just use Metastack. As long as you can watch out for the specific strats in tier 1 that are doing, because they do a lot of anti-stratting on a mass scale, as long as you keep that in mind and not accidentally run an anti-strat that wouldn't really work for more lower brackets, tier 2 teams are always really good for watch because of that. That's why I focus on tier 2 if I'm sort of looking for a strat, because of that. Because I'm not looking for that anti-strat. I'm looking for people who play a shit ton, like just constant tier 2, play. What are they doing? But don't watch Senza, because they're not anti-stratting, they have information. A lot of tier 1 teams also take a lot of strats from tier 2, 3 and just list them for their needs. Interesting. It's good insight. Appreciate it. Excuse me. Don't shoot me in the face. I'll shoot you in the face. We also have a thing where we have a master strat book. And whenever we add things to it labeled as not ready, in progress, and ready, and we use strats in scrims and pugs until they're ready and proven to work for officials. Yes, sir. That's what we do as well. And great place for that is Metastack. Sorry, I'll stop. But yes, it's a really effective way. Do not use a strat you haven't learned for an actual game, because everyone will be confused. People won't know their pathing. People won't remember their util. It just becomes uncomfortable, unconfident. And if you're not confident going into something, you will lose it. So yeah, that's just me rant. That's just me rant. That's really goated. Exactly, it is, Sion. It's a really, really strong way of doing it. I think I have a future as a coach. That's it. Gonna be a fucking sick coach. But you know, once I've made it pro, of course. Senza got that premium gaming chair. Exactly, they do. I should probably deagle for a bit. Ah! Just losing a Just losing a match to top 250 Europe players in my team did not good. Sorry, struggling with that. Just lost a match to top 200 Europe players in my team. Did not good. It's tough, man. Like, at the end of the day, some players are like, especially when they're grouped, are just so good individually and mechanically. It's just going to be super hard, like super hard to play against. And, you know, you've got to just try your best and give it your all. Like, you can work against like one of those, maybe two, if you play properly as a team. But then outside of that, comes very tricky. And but these players are the best for a reason. So you just got to get your own individual level and skill up for it and play as a team for it. Personality clashes, not sure exactly. It's always tough. Bit late to the party. Who is your pick to win the major? Vitality is. I'm a Vitality supporter, but I do think you have a trio of teams that can do it, and that's Falcons, Furia, and Vitality. Obviously, I say obviously, I do like Furia at the moment. I don't, as much as I want Nico to win a major, I really do. I don't want him to do it in a Falcons jersey, but it might have to be. Furia obviously have Melody. God, I just can't say names apparently. Molodoy, who is just strongest rookie of the year, I think, ever. And you know, we'll see what happens with that. But it'll be fun. I just think maybe the nerves might get to him, whereas I think Vitality have all the experience for the nerves. Shouldn't get to them. Shouldn't. The best way to help with that is a captain, leader, or IGL that takes the role. I would divide the roles though, because the IGL if he is doing his job correctly. He's already doing so much. He has so much on his plate. Yes. The way I did it, my team, well, way we did it when it was working was we had IGL. They work on main strats, making sure it fits the players, and they are doing a bit of anti-stratting, but preferably not too much. You then have a sort of team captain who does like all the organizing on timings, pracs, and then like what the prac goals are and things like that, and just kind of getting a feel for what that might look like. So that was my role. And then you have like a player who is like the pauser or the eco. So he like looks at the economy to kind of figure out what your call should be and how that should be going and things like that. Just divide it, conquer it, and having a team on the same level on that is great. It's a shame the OC are at least our experience at level of Team CS. We're the only team running things like this. So although some weeks really shit to play, I mean right now with my resumes leaving for a worse pug team and going backwards, yeah, it's like it's always tough like making that decision. Do you stick with it or do you work through the plateau? And that again, it's all players, right? Like all players what they want to do, like what where they think their future is. God, my voice is going. I've spoken a lot, so I'm going to be coming off soon. My partner's heading back soon. We're going to go for a walk, finishing up our day, and just having a nice time about it. Come on, son. Oof, just missed. Something I see a lot of team struggles with, I don't know about your team, Keyte, but a lot of time teams struggle to make an understood default. Yeah, fair. Like, I think that's one thing we were really good with. We understood our default. I think our problem came from mid-rounding. Like, we struggled to have the confidence to either make a decision, so like plan, or have everyone stick to the plan. So not go for the picks, not go for extra kills, not overplay their hand, stuff like that. That's where we struggled a lot. But our default, like, that came from Season 1, though. Season 1 was bad defaulting and understanding it. Season 2, we understood that, and it's going through that bit, which was strong. Talk about Tier 2, my favorite player, Gokishima. Too bad he was caught for match fixing. Yeah, he was a strong individual player. He just made his money doing match fixing, didn't he? Throwing his chances at Tier 1. Tough. Manuel, brother. I must say that strats are a slippery slope. I played a few seasons in Inters IM, and we did a lot of strats. Felt great when they worked, but it masked our weakness, such as good trading play together. Yes. This is something I talked to my IGL at the end of this season about. Is he spent too much time, in my opinion, building our strat books. And like, it's good to have strats, as you said. Those strats are good to fall back to, but you should have strong fundamentals at open, 100% at entry, and if you don't have that, you can't build off anything, right? Because at the end of the day, you're just playing gimmicks over and over and over and over, which is nice for some wins, but it's not the fundamentals you need to have ironed out. Even on their main maps, their practice for it is overshadowed a lot. Yeah, okay, I get that. You want Mongols to take the win. Nice, Todd. I get that. I think not having Senzu kind of dampers my mood on that, if I'm honest. I love Senzu. I say love. I like Senzu. I think he's shown a lot for the Mongolian CS. He's absolutely really strong player. Controller is filling the role very well. But yeah, I would rather phase, not phase, although make the dream happen. I'd rather Vitality one. That's just because I am a big Rops fanboy. Can't believe you didn't say phase. Smithy is just, you know, I have unrealistic goals. It's going to be phase, obviously. It's going to be phase. Yeah, so it's tough to make the decision on whether you should downgrade, remove to avoid a plateau, or to raise your ceiling in the long run. So this is something, again, my team talked about recently, is like we've reached our ceiling. We've reached our plateau. We are, as a team, not going to go any further. So we were looking to make decisions on what that meant to raise that ceiling. And sometimes you've just got to like just make certain decisions to get that going. The in-ears, yeah, they're the ones Twists use. Just like looked at what he got and was like, yeah, fuck it, they sound good. How is your ESC team this season? Are you sticking together next season, or will there be changes? There's changes. There's changes. Sad as it is, there's changes. We are not sticking together for next season, and I will talk about that in Sunday's video. And I am looking for a team. I put a tweet out. Yeah, searching. I've got trial tonight, and we'll take each trial as they come. See what the team has in mind, and kind of what if they kind of fit what I'm looking at. You got this, Sion, I believe. How many hours do I have in CS? I have 4.8, I think. Let me double check. 4.9, actually. So nearly 5k. And if you're stuck, change something up. If it's your routine, so your warm-up routine, your aim training routine, your crosshair, take a day off, like just change something up. You are feeling stagnant. It just something needs a slight adjustment. Don't be a big adjustment. Don't go full sends change, res change, crosshair change, seating position, like just one thing. Just find something new. Find something that changes it up. %, Squid, about the mid rounds. Utilize code words, discussion of what ifs for map building and building into practice. We were looking at, we called them, so what ifs, we called them protocols, and building that into our practice. The problem we had this season, Squid, is we had no practice. So we talked about protocols, but we never actually got to practice the protocols. So we never got to refine the protocols, but that means that when we got into the matches, no one remembered the protocols, which is super tough. Super tough. Sion, how would you say a full team gets better at fundamentals like pathing within an execute? Practicing the execute. Do it dry, completely dry. Have no one around. And if you have a player that isn't part of the execute, have them on the other side. Have them a CT. See what they would do. See how they could change up your execute so it was harder to do. Just don't just think your teammates will know. Have them actually explained. Number 1, you do this. Number 2, you do this. Number 3, you do this. And then as you're executing, you either the IGL or the captain calls who's 1, 2, 3, or you all assign yourself. Like, I'm number 1. Entry goes, I'm number 1. Tom, you're number 2. Barry, you're number 3. Go from that. It's a very effective way. It just makes it a lot easier to know because you know what 1, 2, and 3 are doing. Everyone should know what 1, 2, and 3 are doing. Communication document. Interesting. 100 Thieves are on the market, pal. Ah, they're looking for a player. You know, I heard Rain has already been scouting me. I've heard he's been reaching out to people. You know, I'll let him know. I'll let him know. See what he says. They've just picked up Glaive for the coach, so I can't take the coaching spot from him. But you know, I'll go pro for them until Glaive retires, and then, you know, back in the game. How many nights? Yeah, offline dry runs, exactly. How many nights per week are you typically playing? I'm typically playing 4 times a week. Again, like all my time, I play 5 times a week just for like keeping warm, but 4 nights a week for practice and matches and things like that. Usually trying to free up Saturday nights and Friday nights are the main two, and then Tuesdays is the flexible one. That's kind of how I roll. But again, it all kind of depends on what's available, what's working, what isn't working, and what is needed at the end of the day. Like, I moved a lot of my days around and did extra when needed during the season because it was needed at the end of the day. Yo, Lambo, how's it going? How you doing? Exactly, Squid. Have I considered starting a team? I've started many teams, Smithy, and all have ended in exactly the same way. And have I considered starting a team this season? Honestly, it's time. Like, I'd much rather join a core and work towards inters and then start a team, because I don't know, or I'm confident in 5 people who are looking for 4 extra people who are looking for a team with all different roles who want to commit to what I want. And that's just me not knowing and those people. And so I'd much rather build my connections with another team. And who knows, maybe in the future that will be the case. But something I talked about earlier is also like, I love what Flom does. I love what Austin does in terms of like, and Cooper and the wicked, not wicked, mythic stuff. But yo, Maury, how's it going? It's fucking Luke, man. He can't do shit for COD 4. Always awful. Always was. Always will be awful at COD 4. What was I saying? Like, I love what they're doing. It's just, I just don't think that sort of thing, like the Mythic, is possible in Europe. But who knows? Maybe I will prove things wrong. But I think it will be super tough because they just want advanced, right? What they're doing, I don't think is possible in EU advanced. But who knows? Maybe people better than me will understand that. Be the star rifler, I believe. Yo, Annika, how you doing? How are you doing? Star of the show. Yeah, people panic, Sion. It's just, if you've got the default, you just got to kind of keep to it, right? Right, I'm just going to jump out of here because I'm not actually concentrating on it anymore. And I'll show you my pick'ems for stage 3. Ooh, baby. Yeah, and if something isn't working, Sion, communicate. Things go wrong when you're not communicating. Just keep communicating. Keep it going. Keep talking to each other. Appreciate the follow, Maury. Maybe see you at LAN, Maury. Are you going to the Feb one? Oh my god, it keeps moving. Yeah, exactly, Squid. So just covering on the dry run stuff. Yeah, you need, if people are going to shit when it's all like all the bullets are flying, protocols, fallback. If you don't have fallback, people aren't going to do it. And if people aren't falling to the fallback, then you need to have a communication and need to like remind people that that's what needs to be done. That's what needs to work forward. Because if people aren't falling to something, then that's on them, right? That's not on you. You've worked on it. It's on them now to make sure that works. It's like having a default, but you're that player not doing the default. It's on the player, right? It's not on you and your default. Yeah, and also scrims just has so much less pressure. Practice it in that. I'm just going to skip through some bits because Squid and Cyan are talking. How hard is it to get an intermediate team nowadays? Get into an intermediate team? I don't know. I've never been fortunate enough to be in an intermediate team. I think a lot of intermediate teams, either you know somebody and you have a bit of like, I guess, CV behind you and resume, and they understand what you're going to do and how you're going to play it, or it is a level of like you have high elo and they want to try you out. But you kind of got to fit what they're doing, and kind of go from there. I tried starting a team with my friends, and even that was a nightmare. Yeah, some people just aren't built for it. Like, I've built teams with friends, and Team CS is just not what they want. Again, it's like the goals thing, or they can't really get to grips with it because they've pugged for too long. Like, it's super tough, and it is kind of just like working through and finding out people who do want that. Annika, you're not the first person to say that. Yeah, I do not have Liquid in my pick'ems. I don't think they're going to make it. Kaiba, our pick'ems are very similar. God damn. A lot of Liquid diehards or FaZe diehards. Yeah, so you seem to be doing the right things. It just comes down to your teammates wanting the same thing, right? Keep notes, keep communicating, keep figuring it out, because at the end of the day, if that's not what they're willing to do, you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on what you're doing. You need to focus on how you can improve it, and maybe look for others who want the same thing and will do the same thing. And that comes with, tough decisions, tough discussions. You'll be there, Maury. Nice. If I'm in a team and we're keen for it, I'm down for it. So that'll be fun. Yes, exactly, Squid. Your mental can affect other people in your team. Doesn't matter if you try and hide it. Doesn't matter what you try and do with it. Always try and keep your mental high. Because if you are sighing or if you seem negative, you'll impact your other teams. Liquid03, they haven't achieved much of anything in years. Yeah, I get that. Yo, Avery, appreciate the follow. But I want them to beat... I want Liquid to beat Imperial, which means that Passion UA take the spot and Imperial take the spot. Yeah, Kaiba, me too. I beat myself up. There was a good day when I just couldn't play, and like it was 2 games of Mirage. I couldn't play, couldn't get out of my head. Just got to, keep your mood up, do what you got to do. ABC game, figure it out, figure out what you can do, and figure out how you can help your team even if you're not performing. Yes, Sion, go to bed. It's 4 a.m. Go to bed. Go to bed. Yeah, you need someone in the team who is a good vibes guy to bring it back up. And so one thing I talked about in my last team is using pauses effectively for this. How can we use pauses to not only reset ourselves individually, but bring the vibe or mood back up? Because at the end of the day, it's a game, it's meant to be fun, but you do need a level of seriousness and focus. So you need to find the right balance between good vibes, good confidence, thinking logically, thinking right, but at the same time focusing. So you aren't just like, cool, I can kind of do what I want. Good night, Sion. Have a good one. Maybe see you tomorrow. Will we be streaming tomorrow? Maybe. Will I be streaming tomorrow? No, I think I'm off tomorrow. I'll be streaming Friday. So maybe see you then. Well, gamers. At the end of the day, this was fun. This was really good. It's great chatting to you guys. Love chatting CS. Love having these conversations. And it's good that you guys sort of share those views. And I'm not too crazy with my views and the way I like to play CS. So that's also good. Still more room for me to improve. It's great to have all these ideas and all these ways of thinking. But at the end of the day, got to do it on the server. Got to be able to perform. So I got 0 pick'ems right last stage. Lambost. Lambo, that's rough. Key, I actually have a really good video on that balance of mentality of fun and serious, actually, that I show teams. Oh, what's the name of it? What's the name of it? Tell me. Yeah. Also, the thing with mental, like the mental issue or like mentality is like things are happening outside of the game, right? Not everything is related to the game. Things are happening in personal lives, outside the game, all that. And I find being friends with the team and understanding the team on a personal level definitely helps that, because you can have those conversations, those honest conversations, but also finding ways for... Ooh, is that burning? Oof, that looks like burning. I think I need to fix that. Find ways to actually like let those thoughts escape. So how can you not have those in your mind when you're playing? You know, how can you avoid those? Dreams, yo, phase to go 3-0 and win the major. Hell yeah. Peace out, Dreams. Peace out. Great chat, Keyte. Thank you for entertaining us. No worries, Harith. No worries. Have a good evening. I'm trying to find out a really big playlist. No worries, Squid. No worries. Just put it in the chat when you find it. Is Face it down? Mine loaded up. Don't know though. Maybe. GG. Right, gamers. Just put it in the chat, Squid. I will see it, and I will see you all Friday. Bye, gamers. It says 0 queuing. Oof. Maybe it is. Maybe it's prem time. Great to chat to you all. Bye.